Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And on today's episode, we're going to take a quick break from looking at the rest of Kentucky's, Mark Pope's first initial roster. And we got to talk about Kentucky's biggest kept secret, Jasper Johnson. And today, Jasper is expected to commit to Kentucky. My little brother he got a call where he was supposed to head to Woodford County to do some filming for Kentucky's program today. And obviously everybody pretty much assumed that Jasper was going to sign with Kentucky. Well, it looks like today is going to be the day. But this was big for Kentucky for several different reasons. Number one, I think a lot of people, they felt like Kentucky's going to fall off after Calipari. And honestly, I was looking at maybe it could go either way because Calipari had built up such a reputation with a lot of these kids as Kentucky's coach. The majority of these kids that's coming through high school now have never actually seen another coach at Kentucky other than John Calipari. So they might not be as familiar with the history of Kentucky's basketball program. So a lot of these kids don't know anything outside of John Calipari being the coach. So this was big for Mark to snag him a top recruit to show the rest of these kids that Kentucky's still Kentucky, and it's still going to be a great place for great ball players to come and nurture their game and develop and hopefully win some championships on their way to the NBA. So let's take a look at the first high-profile guy, Jasper Johnson, and see what we think about him. And initially, when I first profiled Jasper Johnson, I think it was last year I looked at Jasper, I was comparing him kind of to De'Aaron Fox. Or actually, it might not even been last year. It might have been his sophomore year. It was pretty early on in his high school career. I got to watch him play a little bit in the Sweet 16. But he kind of reminded me of De'Aaron Fox at first just because the kind of tall left-handed guard that was decently athletic with a decent-looking jump shot. He wasn't really polished on his shooting, but he just had that raw athleticism. He was kind of thin at the time, but he just had so much potential. So that was one of the main things I was looking at. I was like, his potential to grow over the next couple seasons, he could get a lot better. And it looks like his game has improved a lot. But I actually, when I look at his game now, I kind of feel like he's more like D'Angelo Russell than De'Aaron Fox because I feel like he's kind of got a smoother game where even though he's got some decent quickness, he kind of methodically works his way through the lane when he's trying to get to the basket. He kind of rocks guys to sleep a little bit before he makes his move. And then with his height and his athleticism, a lot of times he can just spring over the top of guys. Like I said, he's a good finisher in transition. Right there, as you can see, he's got some athleticism. He can make some plays on the defensive end of the ball. So he looks like a real versatile guard. You could potentially play him at two spots because I feel like eventually he's going to become a solid shooter, and he'll be able to play off the ball, spot up, shoot. He looks like he's going to be able to do some pick and roll offense. He kind of looks like a guy I don't think I feel like he could play the same role in Kerr's offense the way that Kerr Kriisa, what I think he's going to be similar to this year, because I feel like he's going to be a guy that you can put the ball in his hands and he can do a lot of pick and rolls for you, and he can score off the mid range and off the 3-point shot. And work some pick and rolls where he can throw some lobs and do some outlet passes to some of the other perimeter guys and get them some shots. So I feel like he could be a real solid component to what Mark Pope's trying to do in the coming years. Obviously he's going to add some more players to the class, and hopefully we'll get some veteran transfers to come in and play alongside some of these guys. But I really love that they're getting this commitment from Jasper, because it would have really hurt the program, I believe, if we would have lost the hometown kid. Jasper Johnson's family is already locked in with UK. His father Dennis Johnson played football at Kentucky. So he's already got big blue, big blue blood running through his veins already. But I know that at one point his favorite school actually was North Carolina. So I was kind of worried that they were going to be able to jump in and make some noise. And to be honest with you, I thought Arkansas was going to give us a good run because Jasper actually fits the exact style guard that Calipari loves. So I thought Calipari was going to make a big play for this guy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I would have rather seen him go to North Carolina than go to Arkansas and help Calipari. That would have kind of broke my heart a little bit. So I'm glad that he ended up coming to Kentucky. And like I said, I think he's going to be the guy that can jumpstart this thing. He's going to be the one that can spark it with the other kids. I hope that other kids, top tier recruits will look at this and go, all right, Kentucky's still Kentucky. I can still come here. I can still do my thing and be successful the same way I could have if Calipari was the coach. Because like I said, these kids just don't know anything. This is all new to them. And we got to just be honest. Today's, most of these recruits, it's all about the relationship with the staff more than anything. These guys are developing relationships with some of these head coaches and assistant coaches since they're middle school kids. So that's important to them that they feel comfortable with who's coaching them, more so than where they actually playing ball at. A lot of these kids are willing to go to smaller schools that you just didn't see back in the day. Most of the top recruits wanted to go to blue blood schools, but now it's more about having the perfect fit for them and what they trying to accomplish and a relationship with the coaching staff versus the actual school. But like I said, this is very big for Mark Pope. And I'm glad to see it. I like Jasper, and I wanted him to be a part of Kentucky, whether Calipari was going to be the coach or whoever it was going to be. I was hoping that we was going to get Jasper, and I'm glad to see that even though it's not Calipari, we still got Jasper, and hopefully, like I said, this is going to spark something with the rest of these or a few more guys in his class so that they can build a strong class. Like I said, Mark hopefully will add some pieces around that and just keep this team getting better, getting more competitive. Because like I said, I got faith in Pope, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. I know it's probably been crazy hectic for him right now. He had to put together a roster at last minute, really didn't get a chance to recruit for this coming season, or at least didn't get to recruit to Kentucky for this coming season. But he's starting off the next season with a bang. He's got 2 top recruits. I'm going to probably look at the other recruit, another Kentucky guy, and we'll take a look at him and see what we think. And like I said, this is big. It was kind of, almost a given that we was going to get the 2 guys that we got because they're Kentucky kids. Now, Mark, the next big thing for Pope is he's got to show the rest of the country that he can go into other states and pull some top recruits to Kentucky from other states. But I got faith that he's going to do it. I like what I'm seeing so far from Mark Pope and his staff, and hope they keep the ball rolling. But anyways, you guys let me know what you think about Jasper. Are you excited? Do you like his game? And do you think that Mark Pope is going to be able to keep Kentucky's name alive in the recruiting circle and continue to land top-tier talent like he's been showing that he can do so far? Anyways, you guys let me know what you think about all that, and we'll get back at it next time. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson.